Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 28th through February 4th. I'm trying to open up the readings a bit more and try to read for a bit more different situations. And I think it's been going pretty okay. So let's see how it is for Taurus for this week. When I was just shuffling, I had the Warrior Major Arcana come out. This energy of fighting. So I think there still is some fight and opposition with Taurus. And the only thing I can say to that, if you're fighting for justice, and I don't just take that lightly, never surrender. And have a never surrender attitude, because sometimes that's what it takes. And you hear these stories of people who fight for years for justice and they do finally get it. And that's what we need. We need those people who are going to keep that candle lit and force people to be accountable. So if you're in that situation, Taurus, keep it going. So let's see where we are. I'm going to leave that one out. Taurus for the week of January 28th through February 4th. This is the Gilded Cage. This is first part for love, but I'll tie it all in together for a general atmosphere. This is the card of reflection. It's retreat. In a retreat, I find this aspect quite interesting, that sometimes when you're bound or you feel discouraged or you feel even caged or you feel like you can't move or you can't take yourself out of a situation you're forced to be in it, sometimes you do have to seek that inner peace to keep it going and to keep the fight going. You do have to retreat into yourself sometimes to get that power and that energy and that strength back again. If this is for love, it might be consistent having to make some sacrifices to keep the relationship in play. This is the card of guilt. It's for if you're searching. This is the card of the mortification. If you're looking for love right now, it's clear that you're not really in that frame of reference. This is not your main focus right now. If you're looking, it's a lower possibility that you will find that in the week of January 28th through February 4th. It's more of an energy of trying to correct errors in judgment, trying to correct situations that are already in play, relationships that are already in play. So if you've recently left a relationship and you're trying to start over, the energy is not that positive for it right now. This is a card of it's a very religious card for me. It's responsibility and creation. This is taking care of nature, but also taking care of yourself in some respect. Getting in balance with yourself, taking care of yourself, your physical body as well as mental body. Letting go of anger, forgiving. This is what's coming across for you guys. Letting go of anger and forgiving, even forgiving those who have wronged you. And if you've wronged someone else, forgiving yourself for what you've done and perhaps seeing the error of your ways. Trying to figure out how you're going to make a correction in what you've done. Could be. It's how the energies are coming across. Prevention. This is also a card of the impossible and being able to do the impossible. Being able to, perhaps win an impossible situation or beat someone, because while he can't take the stone from the sword. This is the story of Excalibur, and I think in mythology there have been other similar stories. Eventually someone comes along and they are able to easily remove the stone from the sword when the time is right. So it's a timing issue. This is a major arcana. This is the mediator. This is messages, but this is also being independent, and finding your own way, your own solutions, being self-reliant. There's a lot of interesting energy for Taurus right now. This is the card of sadness and burden. It's a card of mourning also. And let's finish this up. This is the strategist, having to see all sides of a situation, also having to plan, be more calculating, look for different methods and ways of handling old problems. And this is the warrior. He was already out for you guys, and he decided to make an appearance again for you guys. So if you're in the middle of a fight that has to do with your work, job, or career, look for different angles, look for new information, keep out there, keep active, keep searching, look for contacts, look for anything that can help your case or your situation. This is if you're fighting specifically for something that has to do with your work, your job, or your career. If this is for a contract, for business, again, same story. Sometimes you do have to fight for business, fight with the competition, outsmart your competition. Maybe you have to work on more marketing strategies, be more creative. In regards to a problematic relationship, could be that you're forcing someone, or the other person is forcing you, putting a great deal of pressure on you to be something that you're not, for you to achieve something that's unachievable, that you cannot do, that you cannot make it. Maybe they want you to have more income, more money, buy them a house, buy them a car. It feels very materialistic to me. But you're not at that point right now in your life that you can achieve those things. Or maybe you don't have a desire to achieve those things. And you might have felt like before you were just fine on your own, that you were able to do things just fine on your own, but now you've put yourself in this situation where you have to appease someone else or please someone else, and you feel quite put out by that because, yeah, you're not sure how you can do this. You don't have the ability to do it right now. It's going to take more time, or you don't have an interest in it. You like your life just fine how it was before. So let's see if anything else is, not all of those guys, there's too many. Let's see if anything else is coming out for Taurus for the week of January 28th through February 4th. We'll keep those, but we'll look at them last. We'll keep a little surprise for you guys this week. I got to the right. I very rarely do that. Let's see if it has anything that pops up. This is for if you're falling in love. Maybe you've had to retract your love already. Something that you thought seemed quite promising. You found out that there were strings attached. So you're backing out of that. But you weren't too far into that. It's more just disappointment than anything else. And recognizing that indeed just wasn't meant to be. And you're quite okay with it. For the moment. You're not too disappointed. I told you we take those last, so let's look at those last. It'll be a little surprise. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But it's not worth it to settle for something that you know isn't going to work in the long term. It's not worth it to settle. And then you end up hurting people that when you have to break your word or you have to walk away from something because it's not working for you, you end up hurting people or disappointing people. Or maybe now you're afraid to hurt and disappoint someone because you feel like you do have to walk away and go because it's not, you don't feel like the situation is right for you. And this is on top of the mortification. This is a Virgo Scorpio energy. And this feels to me like, and this is searching for love. again, that you just don't want to settle. You're not in the mood. You're going to put yourself back out there and put yourself in a situation where you have to keep searching and looking because you haven't found the right thing yet, or this is a love relationship that you keep going over the same things over and over again, and you're not finding any way out of this pattern of behavior in the person or in yourself, that you can't seem to break out of it. This is the King of Pentacles. Sorry, I just got to do what you like. But you have to keep other people's emotions and feelings into account. You know, you have to follow some kind of like law in terms of how you handle and how you react with people, how you react with people, how you treat people. Yeah, you have to pay a little bit of, not a little bit, you have to pay attention to how you treat people. But I just got to do what you want. You have to do what you want in life also. You have to be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. If something's not working, if you're not happy, then you have to be upfront about that. So this is 5 of Coins on top of the sword in it. And sometimes the timing is off. And it might be a situation where just the timing is off. It's just not the right time. But maybe it can work with this person later. But I feel like if it's a person that you're walking away from that and something new, you're going to just wait. It's not necessarily something new on the horizon right now, but you're willing to wait for that. You're willing to wait and be on your own. We already talked about this being the card of individuality. You're willing to wait for the right situation or the right person that's really true to who you are. It's the Devil matched up with mourning. And yeah, maybe if you're walking away from somebody, hopefully you've done things the correct and right way where you really haven't damaged or hurt anyone. If you are walking away, because there seems to be a propensity that if you have done what you wanted, maybe you have been quite rash, or you haven't been necessarily very sensitive about other people involved with that. So you can always make a correction if that's the situation, because what goes around does come around. And maybe you can try to ignore what's under the table or slighted behavior or someone with you. But you have to recognize that there are, laws to things and how you should do things and how you should treat others, how you would like to be treated. So try to just keep that in mind. And then finally, we have 2 major arcana stacked. We have the Warrior and we have the Star card. And I hope this is the case. If you are still in that fight for justice, I hope it is certainly coming your way. And that you make a recovery in this, and that you don't have to fight as hard anymore. That things just kind of fall into place. And that might be part of this last part of the reading, is to try to, as much as you can, disassociate yourself from the outcome as much as you can, because it will help the situation if you detach a little bit from the result, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for Taurus. Very deep reading, guys. I still told you about these last 2 cards that I told you I was saving for you. And again, I'm going to match this up and put all the energy I can into this at this moment. That if you are in a fight for that justice, that you get your justice. I hope it's coming for you. And I told you this would be the surprise at the end of the reading. So I wish you guys all the best. Be fair, be correct, because the laws of karma are always in place. Treat others how you want to be treated. And take care. I hope I see you back next week. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.